What's up, YouTube? Siegfried Trulane here, and today we're going to be talking over about this Genshin Honkai Star Rail drama, and we're just going to be kind of going over all of that. Anyways, guys, catch you in just a minute. What's up, everybody? Siegfried Trulane, we're back. And today we're talking about the Genshin and the Star Rail drama that is going on right now. Now, the reason I want to bring this up is because this is kind of becoming a common... It's getting ridiculous now. So, the first thing I want to talk about is the whole Genshin and Star Rail drama. Okay, I want to be honest about this joke. Okay, this is not a war between Genshin and Honkai Star Rail. This is one community actively harassing another. Let's first of all be clear with that, right? Honkai Star Rail players are not going into Genshin forums, they're not going into the Genshin chat and deciding to harass Genshin players. These are Genshin players coming into Honkai Star Rail chats, Honkai Star Rail areas, and then harassing it. Again, you don't have Honkai Star Rail characters going in and complaining about Genshin in their forums. This is all Genshin players complaining about this type of stuff. So, you know, I wanted to get that clear because I think a lot of people are mistaking what's going on for something that's not, that's not entirely true. So, first of all, why is there drama going on? Well, I think, to be perfectly honest, I know like a big one now is we got the free unit, and that's kind of sparked a lot of it. But I think it's because for the first time ever, Genshin is truly being challenged for its place at the top of the gacha realm. You see, what a lot of people don't realize is that in order for a gacha game to be good, right? In order for a gacha game to be good, it's not just about gameplay. See, gacha games have a much higher threshold that they have to hit to be good. Because they are a free-to-play game, because of the fact that they have in-game loot that you pretty much have to get to make the game more enjoyable. And so, let's talk about the 4 different aspects of a gacha game that are extremely important when playing a gacha game. Give me just a second to get this set up. I'm going to go here. And just a second here to pull out my notes. Okay, here we go. Let's take a look at these notes here, right? If we take a look at these notes, once I get them all straightened out nicely, just give me a quick second. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. Edit, view, fonts. Can I not make these bigger? Oh, font, there it is. Okay, we're gonna make this bigger. We're gonna make this 28. Okay. I did not mean to do that. 1 second. Okay, so here we go. What does a gacha game need to have? Blah, 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 blah. Let me pull that. What does a gacha need to be good? Okay, number 1 is gameplay. Now, I'm gonna be perfectly honest. 3 of these are really more opinions. The last one's more of a fact. Gameplay. Now, gameplay is going to change depending on what you like. So, in this case, right, if you like wandering around a world and just wasting time, which is really all Genshin is at this point, right, the story's not there anymore. The story has not been there for years, and we're going to talk about that in a bit. But if you just really want to just sit back and be like, you know what, I just want to waste some time in a peaceful environment and just walk around and gather, right? Kind of the same reason you play Minecraft, to be perfectly honest. Then Genshin could be a pretty good game. I think Genshin will be a better game for you than any of the Zelda games that came out because it's more relaxed, if that's what you're going to do. Zelda's not as relaxed as Genshin when it comes to that aspect. But if you're a big turn-based combat fan, and I am, and to be perfectly honest, we have not had very many good turn-based games in the last century. I believe it'd be century, be 10 years. then Honkai Star Rail is really perfect gameplay for you. So both can have good gameplay depending on your opinion, right? So this doesn't matter. The gacha system. Now the gacha system is not an opinion. This is more of a fact. And if you are going to defend a gacha system that is just inherently bad, then that's on you. Now I'm going to be honest. I defend the Genshin gacha system a lot. But I'm not going to blindly defend it. So for example, a Dragon Ball Legends YouTuber, I'm not going to say who it was kind of shitting on Genshin's raids, right? And if you play Dragon Ball Legends raids are 10 times worse than Genshin's raids. Genshin's raids are so much better because 10 multis you get, 18 multis you're getting the character, right? But closer to 16. And that's from zero pity. And the pity does not reset. Dragon Ball Legends, it resets every banner and it's 50 multis? It's ridiculous. It's a lot more money you gotta spend. It's about an easy $1,000 you'd have to spend to get a unit in Dragon Ball Legends than you do in Genshin. And that's not even their highest rarity. The highest rarity has no pity, and it's a 0.03%, like it's a 0.3% chance, 0.3% chance. So that's pretty bad. Let's be fair. That's a pretty bad rate. So if anyone tries to say that Legends is plays a game with 0.3% rates or a 3% overall, but your chances is less than 0.6 or less than 1, then that is not they have no grounds for talking about that. So I do want to be clear. I defend Genshin all the time on that. But Genshin's gacha system is no longer good compared to today's standards. It was good compared to 2020 standards. But since 2020, the gacha system has improved in a lot of games, and Genshin's is not there. Mostly the weapon banner. Now, the weapon banner is part of the gacha system. You have to include it. And the fact that a weapon banner in Genshin is going to be 25, 25, 50 if you're going for a specific weapon, 50, 50 if you're going for either of the two showcase weapons, but then a 50, 50 if you pull a non-featured weapon, if you're going for, the rates are bad. It's 25, 25, 50 to 50, 50 to 100. You have to do 3 multis, which is a total of about 21 multis. Sorry, not 3 multis, 3 rotations, which is going to be 21 multis if you don't get lucky. That's pretty bad. That is, what, 5 more than you need for the character. So the weapons are more expensive than the character in Genshin. Let's talk about Honkai Star Rail. Honkai Star Rail, it's a 75-25. You have a 75% chance to get the weapon, and then the second one is going to be guaranteed. That means that worst case scenario, it's about 14 multis, because normally you don't get to 8. It's usually around the 7, and 16 multis for the character. So weapons are less expensive in Honkai Star Rail, like they should be, right? Even in Honkai Impact 3rd, right? Which is getting an even bigger update to their gacha system to make it better. Honkai Star Rail and Honkai Impact 3rd have a much better gacha system than Genshin does. Genshin's gacha system is no longer good compared to this time, right? But, again, it's not bad. I would just say it's meh. Number 3, good characters. Again, this is completely opinion-based. Not everyone likes the same characters, but your game does have to have overall good characters that a majority of people will like to continue playing the game. I'm not going to dive into it again because this is opinion on what you think is a good character or is not a good character. And then finally, the rewards. The biggest thing about a gacha game is that they are reward heavy because that is what encourages free-to-play players to play, and that is what encourages paid players to spend. When your anniversary comes around and it's like, hey, we got all this, we did this well, so we're going to give everybody this, then your player base wants to play more. They want to encourage the game more. They want to give the game more rewards. They want to give the game more money. Rewards are so important for that reason. So, now that we've gone over what makes a gacha game good, right? Let's take a look over here. A little bit of a chat. Give me a second here. Let's take a look at this. Give me a second. There we go. Did that fix it? Look at this chat real quick. Just look at the chat, right? Look at right here. Read what people are talking about. I mean, Now, this is kind of important. The reason I'm making this video is because I think a lot of this, like, these videos have been portrayed, the situation has been portrayed incorrectly quite often. If you look at this chat here, we are in a Honkai Star Rail version 2.0 live stream waiting room. This is the live stream for the first major update, right? Like, we're talking, the main number update is always the biggest one. 2.0, 3.0, 4.0. If you look in Genshin, 2.0 released Inazuma, 3.0 released Sumeru, and 4.0 released Fontaine. Very, very big updates. So these ones are always the biggest. And 2.0 and this is going to release one of the biggest updates we've been waiting for. So imagine, people are excited for it, right? And instead of just letting people play a game they want to play, you have a group of Genshin players that decide to just come in and shit talk Honkai Star Rail non-stop. That's all they do. They provide misinformation. They talk about crap that's not real. They make fun of the game non-stop. It's harassment. So I've seen a lot of videos talking about the war going on between Genshin and Honkai. It's not a war if somebody comes into your chat and decides to be a dick. Okay? That is not a war. That is people being harassed. And look, I'm not saying it's like serious harassment, but it is, and it's ridiculous. But I don't like the fact that Honkai Star Rail players are being portrayed kind of as though they're on the same level as Genshin, because they're not. I mean, we're not going into Genshin's crap, Genshin live streams, and talking about, oh, we got this, we got that. We're just... And if you are a Honkai player doing that, well then, dude, you're being a dick. But the fact of the matter is, this is not a war. This is a bunch of people deciding that they're going to harass a game because they're not happy that the fact that their game is not getting the same thing. And instead of wanting to bring their game up, they want to bring other games down. That, by the way, is a very bad mentality. Think about it. Like, wanting to bring other games down instead of bringing your game up is a horrible mentality. So let's go over the facts. Genshin's rewards are absolute garbage. They are. They're not good. They are... I lost the majority of my interest with the first anniversary. When the first anniversary came out and I found out that not only were we getting the rewards after May dropped, or Raiden A, I guess, after she dropped, but we were also getting crappy rewards and a lot of like lottery-based rewards, I was done. And honestly, I was done. I was like, this isn't worth it. I still play the game. I still spend the money every now and then, but I'll tell you one thing: I do not spend like I used to. I will never C6 a character on purpose again. I C6 Zhongli. I will never do that again. It will never happen again. Because it's just not worth it in that game. That game does not reward me enough to spend a good majority of money. Even if it's a character I like, the best I might go is C2. But I have to really like the character for that. And don't get me wrong, I do like Genshin. But to sit there and talk about like, now all of a sudden Alloy's this great unit. And I mean, that's the other thing, right? Like, I don't get why people actually care why one game gets a free unit. It just doesn't make sense. I mean, Honkai Impact 3rd, I think the reason why they don't attack Honkai Impact 3rd is because they think it's a lot smaller than it is. Honkai Impact 3rd is not a small fan base. It's just not promoted. And Honkai Star Rail got a lot of promotion, a lot of media attention, while Honkai Impact 3rd did it. Now, that might change come 2.0. Kind of hoping it doesn't at this point, because I don't want to deal with this crap with Honkai Impact 3rd. Honkai Impact 3rd is by far the superior to all these games. Like, Honkai Impact 3rd is absolutely, like, it is amazing on so many levels. And I'm not saying other games are bad, but this one is good. This is just on... In my opinion, Honkai Impact 3rd is the best gacha game out there. It hits every one of the 4 marks in a much higher rating. I'm not going to say it rates higher than other games in every mark, but overall it hits them at a higher rating. So for example, Genshin's gameplay is better than Honkai Impact 3rd. Okay, I'm going to say it. Genshin's gameplay is better than Star Rail. I'm going to say it because it is open world. It just is. Okay? But when you take a look at how close it is to Honkai Impact 3rd and how Impact 3rd actually scores higher in all the other rates, because I'll tell you, characters in Honkai Impact 3rd, way better. Their backstory, way deeper. The story, the gameplay, not the gameplay, sorry. The story, the rewards, the gacha are so much better in Honkai Impact 3rd that it jumps above Genshin. And Star Rail too, like, gameplay, if we're talking like actual like gameplay-wise, not story-wise. Story-wise, Star Rail is better, but gameplay-wise, Genshin is better when it comes to moving around and playing the game. But when it comes to rewards and characters, which again, characters are opinion, but rewards and gacha, Star Rail beats it and so much higher. But now we're going to take a look at another problem. The Genshin fanbase. Now, if you like Genshin, this does not automatically put you into this fanbase. I want to be very clear. I know there's a lot of Genshin fans who like Genshin, are more than willing to, bring out its weaknesses and its flaws and want the game to get better. So if you are a person like that, this is not going to you. Because I too am a Genshin fan. I like Genshin. But, there are problems. And that's what's got to be mentioned. But now we got to go, but then you have a huge fan base. And this fan base is extremely dangerous. I mean, I'm going to use the word dangerous. Because we're talking about fans that have apparently, or should I say, allegedly harassed, abused, and murdered animals in response to a character. And have bullied other members in the fan base who don't feel the same way they do. Think about playing a game, not being able to voice your opinion because you don't agree with everybody. That is absolutely horrible. And this is something that we're seeing in the fan base. We're like, the fact that they went out and they bullied the voice actress for Kokomi for a character design that she had no control over. The fact that there's just this much hatred in these people. I mean, like, if you're a Genshin fan, these fans really turn you off from Genshin alone. You're just like, because you don't want to be associated with them. You're just like, I don't play a game that they play. I mean, it's sickening to see a fan base that has decided that it's going to go out, bully, and review bomb other games instead of forcing their game to get better. Which really shows the weakness in the App Store review system. The App Store review system doesn't have any way to prevent this from happening. And realistically, I think what's going to kill Genshin, I'm going to be honest. Here's what's going to kill Genshin. Genshin players. Genshin players are going to kill Genshin, and this is why. Any of your players that are going to be calling for better systems in the game, or better quality of life, or the game to get better, are going to get bullied and pushed out of the game to the point where they just say, I'm done. I don't care about it anymore. And they're going to go to a different game. Because the fact of the matter is, Genshin is the best gacha open world. Not the best open world, just best gacha open world. There are so many other open world games you can hop in that are great. What is it? Star Ocean, I think? No, Phantasy Star Online. Phantasy Star Online is free to play open world. And then you go into MMOs. Final Fantasy XIV, amazing open world game. That actually has things to do regularly. That actually has content. While Genshin doesn't have content. Genshin has, we have this new event that's time limited, but you gotta watch a 30-minute cutscene for. Whenever I play Genshin at this point, and I have to do an event, I just feel like it's the developers realistically stroking their own ego. It's ridiculous. The fact that I can't skip cutscenes and I have to watch a cutscene annoys me to death, because I don't care about these cutscenes, but I have to watch them because I can't skip them. And the fan base has encouraged this. The fan base has encouraged this treatment because anytime somebody speaks out against it, they get pushed into a corner until they pretty much are just done with the game because they're playing the game to relax and have fun. And if you're getting bullied for an opinion, you don't want to play the game anymore. And this is how it kills the Genshin game. This is how Genshin gets killed. Because as your players start dropping, and your players that actually speak out about things that need to be fixed start dropping, the devs don't have to give up more. And the devs don't want to give up more than they have to. And I'm going to be honest, the Hoyoverse company is actually extremely generous But Genshin fans have not asked for more. I really think that the first year anniversary was a good time to review bomb Genshin. That was the time. But the problem is that so many people came out in the defense of Genshin for a crappy anniversary that didn't do anything. And now it's become expected. I am not excited for Genshin anniversaries at all. Honkai Impact 3rd anniversaries, dude, I'm psyched for it. Dragon Ball Legends anniversaries, I'm still excited for it. And I'm not even gonna be honest, like, I like Genshin more than Dragon Ball. But the anniversaries, man, I'm just like, whew, yes, let's go. Dokkan anniversaries, I'm psyched for. Suddenly Since anniversaries, I'm psyched for. I'm psyched for every other gacha game I regularly play. I am excited for those anniversaries. Except for Genshin's. And I do think that people thinking we're going to get a 5-star in Honkai Star Rail is a bit of... You're going a bit too far, I'm going to be honest. You're setting a bar that we cannot set yet. We've never had an anniversary in Honkai Star Rail. You cannot set a bar for something we haven't seen. We have to see what it hits first. I expect an A-rank selector. I expect a lot of tickets for multis, but I do not expect a 5-star selector in the first anniversary. I expect it around the second. That's what I expect. It's not a prediction, it's an expecting, right? And I do think that people saying that, you know, we're going to get just look, we're going to get a 5-star selector. I mean, you're bringing people's hopes up, and then if Honkai Star Rail does not deliver on that, you are then going to create drama that does not need to exist. So, I don't agree with people talking about getting that 5-star, we're going to get a 5-star. I think that's a bit overboard. But if you're a Genshin player, if you're a Genshin fan, how do we stop this harassing crap? Here's what I think, my personal opinion. If you're a Genshin fan, right now, this is a good time to put a stop to these fans making all Genshin players look bad. And this is what I would push. The Honkai Star Rail live stream will be up for 2 days. And I would urge anyone who's a Genshin fan that might not even play or like Honkai Star Rail to go in there and just tell their other fans, dude, knock it off. Look, I don't like this game either, but you don't gotta be in harassing people. Leave it be. We have our own game, you know? I suggest that it's about time that the Genshin Impact fans start policing themselves. We need to start calling people out of this crap. Now, it's really hard for me because I prefer Honkai Star Rail more than Genshin, so I can't really do that without being a Genshin because I'm a Star Rail fan more. But it is something that needs to get done. And if you're a Genshin fan and you care about your game and you care about your community and you want your community to be good, you're going to have to start taking steps to policing it. And I'm not talking about silencing people for having a different opinion. There's a complete difference between silencing somebody for a different opinion and telling someone that they need to stop harassing people. You know? So, because again, this is going to be what kills the Genshin game. Genshin's going to die because more and more people are going to stop playing Genshin, and eventually it's going to be filled with nothing but a little cesspool of toxic players, and you guys who are not toxic are going to end up getting done with it. You're going to be fed up with it. You're going to not want to play the game anymore because they're going to start becoming more and more and more opinionated, where you got to, you know, like, I don't want to say opinionated, but like, you got to do it this way. And eventually, you're not going to be part of that group anymore. Right now, you're fine. But eventually, when Genshin does something you don't like, you're not going to be part of the group. You're either going to have to keep silent, or it's probably going to get to a point where if you don't praise it, you'll get pushed out. If you don't praise everything they do. So right now, there's still time to fix Genshin. Right now, there's still time to clean this fan base up and just tell them to really silence them. And the only people who are going to really be able to do that are going to be the Genshin fans. And you guys are going to have to really gear up to do this. Because if these players continue to multiply and continue to be allowed to be toxic, you are going to lose your home as well. You're not going to have a home in that game. It's messed up. I'm completely against harassment. But that's what's going on right now. Between Honkai and Genshin, it's not a war. It's one group harassing the other. And that needs to be really clearly said, because saying it's a war is acting like both player bases are just fighting amongst each other, and that's not the case. Going into somebody else's live stream and being a dick does not constitute as a fight. That constitutes as harassment. The other person should not have to sit there and take it to be seen as the bigger person. So, anyways, guys, that's going to be it for today. Leave a comment below. What do you guys think? Stick Future Lane. Signing out. I'll catch you guys in the next video.